Yeah, so the idea basically is if you want to have a convenient way to sharpen your skates, you can have a tool that you can put in your hockey bag and you can grab anytime. And not just like, clean up the edge, but you can actually do a professional sharpening job. So basically what it is it's a 3-step process. We got the roughing stone here, we got a semi-finishing stone here, and a polishing stone. And what it's doing is it's going from rougher to the smoothest one. And so sometimes there's products on the market, they'll do maybe just one step, but oftentimes that one step isn't enough. You need multiple steps to get a good render. Yeah. So that's one of the things with the machine. You can use the power of the machine to really cut, but if you have, with your hand, you have to find another way. So the other way was to use this kind of 3-step method. And I made it so that it's small enough that you can just hold it in your hand. Yeah, so the step, it usually takes about, depends on how dull the skates are, but it takes maybe between 5 and 10 minutes. Now, one of the first steps is you want to make sure that the skate actually is tight to the blade, because if it's loose, it may not cut very accurately. So we have a tool here just to tighten the blade up a little bit. And what that does is make sure that it has enough movement to slide, but not too much to rock back and forth. And what you want to do is you want to start with the roughing stone. So you're going to go back and forth like this, and you're going to put a little bit of pressure on it. And you're gonna do that until eventually you're gonna pick up the edge. There's gonna be a little bit of a burr on the edge. Okay, you want to do that so there's a burr, like you can take your fingernail and cut the edge, the burr a little bit, all the way around. And you're gonna do that for a few minutes. And then after that, once that's done, then you're gonna switch over to the semi-polishing or semi-roughing stone, which is gonna smooth it out. And this is the same thing. If it's a little loose, you can tighten this part up a little bit and make it so that it's...
Remember to tighten up like every time you change the stone.
And what you want to do with this is you want to do the same thing, go back and forth like that. And you want to roll, so what I say is that because, as you mentioned, there's a kind of a front side and a back side, you want to make sure you go right off the edge. So it cuts the whole blade, yeah. And once you've done that a few times, and again, you want to make sure you can, then the next step is you're going to wipe it down, and then you're going to take this diamond polishing paste. And what that does is this is what really smooths it out. You just got to put like a couple drops on it like that. Okay? And you can smooth it out just with your finger a little bit. And then you're going to use this one here. So it's actually wood.
Wood one. Huh?
So the wood actually holds the grain, the paste in the grain, so it doesn't like rub off. It absorbs it a little bit. And what you want to do is you want to smooth it out. So this is the last step. And you'll start to see it kind of start to turn a little bit black, which means it's slowly cutting the material away. Right? And this is one of the advantages over other systems is that you can actually make the blade very smooth. So even smoother than the machine, because the machine doesn't have this kind of polishing effect, right? And so you can do that several times, and then basically last step is just wiping all the material off. And then the last step is just using the stone. And what we're doing is just coming on the edge here and just removing that burr. So that's the last step, is taking off the burr. Just make sure it's holding flat and just pushing against the blade. Yeah. And then the last thing is just wipe down, and then you're good to go. Yeah.
Shiny.
Yeah.
Glowing.
And the thing with these stones is they're actually like you can use like hundreds of times. So there's just a tremendous amount of life that you can get out of these before. And if you need to, you can just change them out, and it's really simple and easy, and you can keep doing it. Right, so what's happening here is the stone actually a little bit of it on an angle compared to the slot for the blade. And what that's doing is it's making so that one side of the stone is cutting one edge and the other side is cutting the other edge. So what it does is it creates, on one edge it creates a little bit of a lip, and then it makes a flat area and then another lip. Normally you kind of have to compromise between having more bite, but then you lose the glide. So the goal of this was to incorporate a system that has the bite and the glide in the same profile. Yeah, balance it, yeah. So that's kind of the advantage of this kind of system. This isn't just this, it's also a tool that comes in the kit to measure the angle of the blade. So as you sharpen it, you make sure that like it's completely flat too. So it's not like maybe one side is can be maybe didn't sharpen enough, so you can check that.
Yeah. This is a great design. It's a really game changer.